Alright, how we doing, folks? Now, I put a post on my page the other day to let me know what you want to see me do on the channel, and the most popular request so far is sharpening. So we're going to have a go at sharpening this 4040 bowl gouge. And the way I do it, I've got this set up to my 40 degrees on my pro edge, semi-pro edge. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the middle. So I've got my gouge at 40 degrees to the belt. I'm going to touch the center, and then you see these marks here, one here. They're set to 40 degrees. So my starting position is here, and instead of turning just flat like this, what I need to do is, as I turn, keeping pressure on the gouge, I need to rotate the gouge like this, so that when I reach 40 degrees, the very corner here is touching the belt. When I've done that side, it's the same thing, but in the other direction, like that. Now you want to be careful that you don't put too much pressure, because when you get to these tips, there's a good chance if you're pressing too hard you will burn the tips. So let's. This is a 400 grit belt, which is probably a bit too fine for what we want to do, but it's the only new belt I have at the moment. So we're going to see if we can put an edge on this. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, that's sharp. And that's it, that's all you need to do. One pass is enough. Doing multiple passes, all you're going to do is heat the tip up and burn it. So that's how you do 40-40 grind. Let's get the other bowl gouge. So here is my, what looks really now quite a small bowl gouge, and yes, we've just got enough handle to be able to do it. Now this is a standard grind bowl gouge instead of the 40-40, so all we need to do with this one, instead of rotating like this, is just rotate like this, keeping pressure all the way around. You can see that it's a different contour, and as I rotate like that, I'll show you in that direction, get a bit closer. You can see as I rotate like that, we get full contact here along the wing, and that's because it's a different grind profile. You can't do that with a 40-40. So let's do that. That's not sharp. Let's see if we can sharpen it. So again, that's just one pass, and now that is crazy sharp. So that's that. Right, so let's move on to the carbide. So what you want to do is not use the belt grinder, because all you're going to do is mess this up. Now this is blunt as anything at the moment. You could see yesterday I was really struggling. And you can see it's got an angle here, a beveled edge. Now we're not going to be able to sharpen a round head like that on any kind of belt device like this. So let me show you how we're going to sharpen it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, take the cutter off the gouge. And you can see on this cutter, maybe you can see, it's got chips out of it and all sorts. It's been well used, let's say. So, now some people use oil, but I think that oil gets in the sandpaper and blocks it up and doesn't cut efficiently. So we're going to use water. Don't need a lot, just a drop. You're going to put the cutter face down, finger on top, and we're going to do figure of 8 motions. Now this is a 320 grit pad. I haven't got a full pad, otherwise I'd do bigger figure of 8s. But as well, I'm going to do some roundy roundies that way, some roundy roundies that way, figure of 8, and then I'm going to rotate the cutter 90 degrees and repeat. That's just in case I was putting uneven pressure on it. Now I've sharpened this cutter many times and I'm not sure that it's got much life left in it, but we will see. Roundy roundy, roundy roundy, and you can see that the water is starting to change colour to a slightly grey colour, and that means that we are doing some cutting. Now let's flip it over and see if we've got a nice shiny. Oop, nearly lost it. Well, it was shiny, wasn't it, until it went over there. Okay, so that's done that on a 320 grit pad, and I'm now going to step up to 600 and repeat. Rotate 90 degrees, repeat. Okay, now we're going to step up to 1200. Get over here. Ideally you'd do this on a super flat surface, but you know, things being what they are, I don't have one. So figure of 8 motions. Do some roundy roundies that way. Some roundy roundies that way. Rotate 90 degrees and repeat. And that, I'm hoping that'll be sharp. If not, I don't know what we're going to do. I've got some square cutters that came through the post, look. Where's that? In my pocket. That's the square cutter. Now, I was expecting a chamfered edge on it. I don't know whether that's going to do anything. There's only one way to find out, as they say. So we'll try that if this is still rubbish. And in fact, I need to use the square fairly soon. So we'll put the round one back on and see if we've made any difference. Okay, the next bit I'm not looking forward to, because I now have to drill some holes in this. Don't worry, they're not very big holes and you won't see them in the finished product. I'm going to hide them in the bog oak here. But I need to be able to get some, spoiler alert, wiring from here up to here without seeing the wiring. So how do I do that? Because we've got a bowl cavity, I can't just drill straight through, otherwise I'll cut into my wiring. So I'm going to drill a hole going straight down here, and then from the same hole or very similar position here, I'm going to go straight up. And hopefully that will achieve what we want to achieve. We're going to use the hole starter 10 million, which is this big spike. And I think we want to go our first hole right there. Is that a good idea, Will? Yes, it's a good idea, Will. Alright, so we've got our hole going all the way through that way. I used my 30cm drill bit to finish it off. So now we need to intersect that hole and get into this cavity. Yes, we do. Gonna have to refinish that, aren't I? Never mind. Right. So let's do an intersecting hole. We've come through just there, which is pretty good. So we've got a hole going from here out to here and then up to the top of the bowl, which is what we want. Alright, so here is our battery pack. It takes 8 AA batteries, and the idea is that the wires poke through there like that, and there you go. So we've got power up here now. Okay, this is the switch that I've picked to activate what's going in the top here. So, green LED of course. It's quite big though, isn't it? It's as small as I could get, but it's still massive. It's going to be quite a deep hole I have to drill here now, which is a bit annoying. Now, do I drill it to one side of that? That would be clever, wouldn't it? Somewhere for the cables to go. I'm going to solder these rather than use connectors, so I can cut most of that off and just have that as small as possible. Now that looks to me like it should just intersect that hole. So let's go with that. Pretty deep hole. You can see we've broke through into the passageway just there. And there you go. I bet you've never seen a bowl with a switch on it before. Wiring access in every conceivable direction. That's what we want. Well, it was a brave effort, tiny bandsaw. I'm going to have to use the sander to pull the rest down to size. Alright folks, in the immortal words of Alex Steele, if you haven't got a tool, make a tool. So I needed to make this recess deeper and had nothing that could get in there, so I found this old round nose scraper and I've severely abused it to make a poor man's dovetail tool. If I get you a bit closer. It's going to go in there and then across like this to make that recess a bit deeper. That's the plan. Will it go horribly wrong? Let's find out. Alrighty, that's all the lights glued in. The sticky on the back was useless, so I super glued them in. Should stop it moving under the epoxy. Hey, what's next? Oh yeah. I wonder if I should put some screws in that. Next job is finish off the wiring and then it's ready for epoxy time number 2. I had a small issue with these LEDs. Basically the light got round to here and then stopped, and this section was all dim. Well, it was off actually. So I bridged it with a couple of cables and that got this section to turn back on again, but this section remained dead. So I found this little LED. As I say, I found it. I nicked it out of a switch. And now this happens. Pretty cool. It's all back together again, and I mounted that red LED into the motherboard to make it look like it's powered up. That's the best I can do anyway. That will have to do, folks. It's interesting. Looking forward to seeing what it looks like when it's finished. Final thing of the day, milliput in the holes, which is already mounted. And with the magic of milliput, that's the only exposed wiring, and when that's sanded up you won't see those holes either. Yeah, pretty smart.